Welcome back. Mr. Fred Schipizky is my guest, and he's a composer and also plays the big bass for the Vancouver Symphony Orchestra. Now, this is the beginning of your symphony that was played in March here in Vancouver.
Right.
Now, how did you get this idea? I mean, do you have it eating breakfast, walking on the beach? What?
Well, I received the commission in June to write the symphony. It was for our Japanese tour. And at that time, I had a few themes that I had written in a sketchbook, which I do all the time, basically.
You carry a sketchbook with you?
No, but I have one at home, and you know, if I'm walking and something comes to me, I'll just try to remember it till I get home and put it down. Sometimes I forget it.
Yes.
It'll just be gone, and I'll think,
well, it will come back another day. And what was your first thought about this symphony?
Well, the first theme, the Allegro theme, the very jagged theme, came to me in Cape Cod when I was visiting my wife's mother's home in Cape Cod, and it's just a very short little fragment. It goes like this. Right? And that's all I had
And
written.
that stayed in your head, and you wrote it down?
That really stayed in my head.
And do you write for the piano or for your own instrument?
Well, that I thought, actually I didn't know it would be a symphony at that time, right? I just kept this, and I hadn't used it, and I thought at one time it might be a piano quartet with piano and strings, you know, a few strings, like a chamber work.
Yes.
But then when the symphony came up, the commission, I realized this is going to be a good theme for the symphony because it's a very striking theme.
So you get an idea which becomes a series of notes that you put in a kind of a notebook.
Right.
But a writer who writes a book must every day write. He sits down, my friend Devereux sits down and he writes, you know, from 9 o'clock in the morning until 3 o'clock in the afternoon. And he stays there. And he writes. Do you do that?
I should be, but I don't. But I guess I'm lucky in a way because I can sort of turn it off and turn it on when I have to. And, you know, there's times when I might go a whole 3 months without writing anything.
Do you carry a little tape recorder, and as you walk, music comes into, and you hum them?
No,
you don't do that?
No, I just try to rely on my memory, and I hope it'll work.
And what is the next step now? Once you have gotten an idea, how do you get it all together so that it ends by the symphony?
Now, I've got those 3 notes, right? Now, if I move this note up an octave, and this one down an octave, now we have this. It's chromatic, right?
Yeah.
So what I've done here is I've used those three notes, and now this comes another theme.
Oh, nice, yeah. I see, yeah. You play with that all the time.
Right.
You
play with that
until you get.
And then there's another thing here where I have these 3 notes, but they're in different order now. And
these little black spots are notes.
yes, those are notes.
And place on the line tell you what they're supposed to do.
Right. Yes,
Oh, yeah. Fascinating. Fascinating.
Okay, and then I would, and actually the very opening of the symphony starts out with the cellos and basses, and it is these 3 notes here, if you listen. See?
Yeah.
It's slower now, and you might not recognize it.
Oh, I see. Yes.
See?
Yeah. Yeah.
And then you just string things along. There's that minor ninth, that very jagged thing.
what's the difference between, this symphony has 3 movements?
3 movements,
What's
yes.
the difference between the movements?
Okay, the first movement of this symphony is sonata form.
Like that?
Yes. No, it's a special form that composers have been using since Haydn's time, Mozart's time. And it's basically 2 themes. The first theme, if it's a rhythmic theme, is rhythmic, and then the second theme, in contrast, would be a lyrical, and vice versa. Say, if the first theme was lyrical, the second theme would be more rhythmic.
And the second movement?
Second movement is a theme in variations. That means...
Play that a little bit for me. What does that mean?
Okay, let's see, I don't know if I've got...
Well, play any variation.
Yeah, okay, well, this is the theme of the second movement.
And that theme you will play in different ways?
Yes.
All the way through?
Yeah, it'll be transformed into different... This is another sketchbook
This is a sketchbook you have,
yes.
like a painter.
Right. Yes. Now, okay, take a look at the opening here.
Well, I'm quite prepared to take a look, but I want to understand the thing, yes.
Well, if you just remember those 3 notes.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, later on down here, I've carried it on, and I've got this.
Yeah.
And then this part of the theme, later on, it becomes this.
Oh, I understand, yeah.
See? So you
And
can transform it.
Any way you like.
Then, later on, there's a waltz. And it's,
In the second movement?
Yeah, in the second movement. It's the same theme. Listen. Oh, the third movement's very...
Play a little bit of the third movement, Russian, for me.
Okay.
Then we'll find out how your orchestra did, and then we'll go to a break.
Okay. Well, I'll just play the bass part because I can't do all of it. But it's...
Yeah. I love it.
Right? It is very Russian.
Now, did you orchestrate it, or did you have somebody do that for you?
Oh, no, I orchestrated, yes.
Do most composers do that?
Yes, most serious composers would orchestrate.
And you put that in a big book?
Right.
Now, here's the symphony.
See, okay, now, first of all, it goes from this form
to this
form. Now, this is the piano score.
Yeah.
And
so that's the piano score.
Right. This is the full symphony here.
This is what you put in the museum. When people write about and make a movie about you and call it Frederick A, this is what they will do.
Right. And it would go from that to this. Now, here's the full score. You see all the instruments here.
And you have to think of everything.
Yeah, you have to think of all the parts. And you can see it gets very complicated.
Which is the most rewarding, the most pleasant, the most creative? Orchestrating it?
No, I think the actual composition. Orchestration can be a chore.
It's technical.
Because it's just so many notes repeated. Remember that very rhythmic theme I played for you? Well, this is it here. Yeah. But look at how many notes are there.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, it's endless.
It's murder.
Yeah, I mean...
And how long did all this take you to do?
It took me about 4 months, but
From the moment,
from the moment I started until
4 months.
Yeah.
is that good?
Well, I actually thought I had 6 months. You see, it was supposed to be. It was supposed to be premiered
yeah.
end of May, and they moved it up 2 months. So.
Well, we're going to take a break and we're going to come back and we're going to talk about your future.
Okay.
Obviously, you have one. We'll return. Stay with us.